questions. Chap in the white shirt in the middle there, please.
Good morning, Gert-Jan van Tevelen, Dutch newspaper, De Volkskrant. I haven't had the time to read the report yet, and I don't want to get too technical, but could you explain how you calculated the number of deaths? Is it a conservative estimate, or is it a fairly wild guess? And secondly, could you name a few of the countries that are worst hit at the moment, according to you? Thank you.
Perhaps if Mr. Andreasen could answer that to start with, please.
Yes, thank you. So both the number of people seriously affected and the number of lives lost are derived from two areas. One is the gradual environmental degradation due to climate change. That is based on World Health Organization estimates of the added risk that climate change creates in health impacts like malnutrition, diarrhea being the greatest ones, and also vector-borne disease like malaria. That's about 90% of the estimate of lives lost in the report. The remaining 10% is related to increased frequency of weather-related disasters like floods, storms, and wildfires, and so on. That is derived on data for the last 25 years, where there has been an increase in the frequency of these types of disasters, taking into account uncertainty around the ability to monitor and count, and so on. And so that's the basic methodology behind it. In terms of the countries that are most vulnerable, there is a section in the report that discusses that, and we see particularly the world's poorest countries, where people have very great vulnerability or low resilience due to living already in conditions of extreme poverty. Obviously, Africa and South Asia are key there. We also see countries that, because of natural constraints or exposures, are particularly affected. And there, the dry belt countries from the Sahel in Africa through the Middle East into Central Asia is a key group of countries. And there are countries living in the foothills of the Himalayas, for instance, Bangladesh, that are also significantly exposed. And then, of course, small island states in the Pacific that